what makes EPUBs so special, or what's unique about Infodocs and EPUBs? Let's just talk a second about Infodocs. Infodocuments, basically that's what they are. They're documents that are packed full of information. You've all seen white papers, and you've seen PowerPoint presentations, and you've seen ebooks and all that kind of stuff. And although they're all kind of sort of similar, but when it comes to a InfoDoc, an InfoDocument, it's a document with a lot of information. So that's the difference. So what's really important when it comes to InfoDocuments is the ability to know how to lay things out. And it's a lot harder than it seems. I wanted to say easier. It's easy sometimes, but not so much other times. To know where the things should be placed on the page, what colors to use. Obviously, you want to use branding consistency across the board. But laying these things out, all of this information can be very, very challenging. There are many different types of documents we can create. We want to have a table of contents, sometimes interactive. You can see here on this page here where we can actually click through the pages. You can click on the pages you want. But again, it's an info document, so you have information all over this, okay? Many of them have like infographics embedded, but these are all created, all of these infographics. I created all of these. They didn't just get plopped down here. So it's taking information and presenting it to people so that they can understand it, they could read it, they could absorb it, and just make it, make it an engaging piece that's really interesting for people and makes them really basically they get hungry for more. I think that's really important. And there's a variety too. I mean, they don't always have to be, a multitude of pages. Like this one here is basically a 2-pager. But again, it's information on some kind of a document. So getting creative in how you present these things in all different page formats is really important here because they all have a different look and feel. This one here you can see has, all these different percentages, how to present this. This almost was, I was trying to replicate a PowerPoint presentation here. That was sort of the theme throughout that we wanted to create on this one there. There are other ones here, the very basic one. This one here was, I think it was just 8 pages. But what was really important with this information document or InfoDoc is that they basically had some real key diagrams that we wanted to present. And then everything else was sort of secondary around that. But again, that was very simple, but an important project. This one here, trying to have some fun sometimes is important too. Why Gary doesn't need passwords anymore. This is a story. This kind of goes along more with an ebook, right? Because it sort of tells a story. But what was important here was the information. See, the data and information here was important in how we told that story. So I would say actually this one's sort of a brother-sister relationship with an ebook. But basically it's an information document. It's kind of sort of the same. Same here. This is a longer document. But again, we have a lot of charts and a lot of graphics, and all of these are hand-created. These are all custom hand-created in Adobe InDesign in a very presentable manner that makes you want to read this. So when you're creating these, again, you're not just trying to please the client. You're not just trying to create something that's cool and fun and fresh, although that's important, but you're trying to make it so that the person reading it really understands it, really absorbs it, and then ends up wanting more. Because some of these are worth a lot of money, some of these projects. So just think of an info document, again, as the InfoDoc, as an information document that has a lot of content, a lot of criteria. And your task as a designer, or my task as a designer, is how to lay it out in a very effective way so that people really enjoy the experience.